The universe had a curious way of stitching souls together with invisible threads. And for Simone and Matthews, the thread was a shared, silent longing. Both lived in the same bustling city, their paths a near-missed tapestry for years, both whispering the same quiet question into their pillows at night. Is there someone for me? Simone was a storm of gentle grace, a violinist. Her beauty was not just in the dark curls that framed her face or the warmth of her brown eyes, but in the way she moved through the world a little reserved, as if protecting a precious, internal melody. She expressed her heart through music, her fingers drawing out sonatas of hope and nocturnes of loneliness from her instrument. Matthews was an architect of dreams, both on paper and in spirit, with eyes the color of a sun-dappled sea, and a mind that saw beauty in structure and line. He built models of soaring glass and steel, yet his own heart felt like an empty atrium, a beautiful space waiting for a presence to give it life. He was kind, with a quiet strength that drew people in, but he always held a piece of himself back, saving it for someone he hadn't yet met. Their first meeting was not under a cinematic sunset or in a dramatic rainstorm. It was in the hushed silence of a public library, in the narrow aisle of the poetry section. Both reached for the same worn collection of Pablo Neruda at the exact same time. Their fingers brushed, and a jolt, soft as a moth's wing but undeniable, passed between them. "Oh, pardon me," Matthews said, his voice deeper than she expected. Simone looked up, her words catching in her throat. "No, please," she managed, her gaze meeting his. "You first." They stood there for a moment, two stars pausing in their orbit. He noticed the delicate silver treble clef pendant at her throat. She noticed the faint smudge of graphite on his thumb. "We could share it," he suggested, a hopeful smile touching his eyes. "I was just looking for a bit of inspiration." "So was I," Simone admitted, her own lips curving into a smile. They took the book to a small oak table, the afternoon light streaming through the tall windows, illuminating dust motes that danced around them like fairies. They read verses to each other, their voices low and tentative at first, then growing warmer, more confident. He read a line about love being like a well-built house, and her heart fluttered. She read a line about a melody that lingers, and he felt it resonate deep within his soul. That single afternoon stretched into a series of days that bled into weeks. Their connection was not a roaring fire, but a steady, growing warmth. He took her to the half-constructed skeleton of a building he was designing, leading her to the very top floor. The city spread out before them like a blanket of stars. "This," he said, his hand gently holding hers, "is what my world looked like before you. Impressive, but empty. Now, it feels like it has a heart."